Namaste, my dear friends. In the last class, we referred by discussing elaboratively the concept of Foreign Trade Policy 2023 by inviting the attention on the part of trade facilitation and ease of doing business with the help of a National Committee on Trade Facilitation, which has been brought into force various ease of doing business concepts, which includes Niryat Bandhu scheme, which includes status holders concept we have understood in the last class. And also we concluded in the last class by saying that the whole foreign trade policy is roll over the export incentives, export promotion schemes. Under this, now I am presenting under the duty exemption scheme, we have two schemes. One is called Advance Authorization Scheme, followed by Duty Free Import Authorization Scheme. Now I am presenting my dear friends in front of you by inviting the attention on the part of Advance Authorization. What do you mean this? How to understand this? I am explaining here with the help of practical manner. Thereby, one can able to easily recollect the points. Referring here, Advance Authorization Scheme under the Duty Exemption Scheme. Referring here, for a kind consideration, authorization. What authorization you are looking here? Authorization. You are looking here the it may be something above than that. I will refer that by bringing down. Advance authorization. Advance authorization scheme, which is one of the export incentive under the duty exemption scheme. How it operates? First and foremost, if I am the exporter, after manufacture the goods in India, I am exporting the goods, which includes supply to SEZ units, also be called as export only. In that case, now I am bringing to a notice, as an exporter, I am eligible, entitled to procure the goods from outside India even without payment of import duty. Generally, what do you mean by this advance authorization? The benefit what generally giving to the exporters after export, post export, claiming duty drawback benefit, or one way or other claiming refund of duty benefit. These are all post export benefits. That benefit I am expecting from the government as a helping hand to the exporters. Please provide in advance. Benefit providing in advance, known as advance authorization. Permission given in advance, the benefit given in advance. How and all? Presenting here for your kind consideration, my dear sir. Assume a scenario in the given case where in India, here Mrs. X Limited, which is located in Chennai, who is an exporter having the factory assume a scenario is a factory of X Limited. They want to manufacture the goods. They want to manufacture the finished goods, and the finished goods they want to export. for which X Limited wanted to import the raw material. Import the raw material. Let us say here, for example, X Limited importing raw material from abroad. Let us say from USA. Mrs. A Incorporation of USA. Mrs. A Incorporation of USA, from whom the goods wanted to import here. A Incorporation of USA, from whom the goods are trying to import by X Limited. Now here what happened? There is, let us say, they are importing following products. Following product. What product they are importing? Product A importing, product B importing, product C is importing raw material, and product D they importing. What the CIF value they importing? CIF value. CIF value, let us say in Indian rupees, they are importing here, let us say here 70 lakh. Let us say here 20 lakhs, 2 lakh, and let us say here 8 lakhs. Totally, they are importing the goods at a CF value of 100 lakhs. Assume a scenario, my dear. From A Incorporation, X Limited, Chennai, being a manufacturer, importing the raw material, and there might be duty will be there. Now the X Limited asking the government, sir, if I pay the duty on this import, after manufacture tomorrow, if I export the goods, I am claiming back the duty drawback. In the meantime, what happened? The duty amount of mine is locked in the name of the duty in the hands of the Department of Customs. If you permit me to import these goods without payment of import duty, that money will be in my hand, highly useful for me for my working capital requirement, thereby as a helping hand to the exporter. Could you please think positively in favor of the exporter? Then the foreign trade policy, DGFT, Direction of Foreign Trade, well accepted and said, yes, we are incorporating for you being a exporter, you permitted to import the goods without payment of import duty. Then X Limited promised, I am not going to claim any export benefits at the time of export because that benefit I already availed even before export. Resultantly, it is advance authorization. The benefit is given in advance. Therefore, it is advance authorization for me. Now here, assume a scenario. In the given case, the government, DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, granted to them what? Duty drawback. Duty drawback will be given only when he export the goods after supplying the import duty. Now, DGFT says, duty drawback not giving to you. Duty drawback is a post-export benefit. I am giving to you advance authorization. AA, advance authorization granted to you. That means you are permitted to import the goods A, B, C, D without payment of import duty. So the benefit is given at the time of import, even before export. So Direction of Foreign Trade granted the advance authorization to X Limited. So X Limited now is holder of advance authorization. Holding this advance authorization, this fellow allowed to import the goods. Now, what is the time limit within which this X Limited should import the goods against advance authorization without payment of import duty? Here the time limit has been prescribed is within 12 months. Within 12 months from the date of authorization, within 12 months you are permitted to import the goods without payment of import duty under the advance authorization. Sir, 12 months insufficient, sir. Corona and all came, no sir, and too difficult to import the entire 100 lakhs of worth of the goods within 12 months, sir. No problem. If the DGFT in that regional authority RA consider this positively, okay, if within 12 months you are not in a position to import, we will revalidate it. The license will revalidate. Further, revalidating it within 12 months. Further, only once only can revalidate. Time limit can be extended to another 12 months, within which you have to import the goods. Import the goods, sir. What are the goods imported? A, B, C, D imported, sir. Now, A, B, C, D in that, here, product A used in the manufacture of finished goods. Product B used in the manufacture of finished goods. Product D also be manufactured in finished product. So product A, product B, product D, all the three is included in that particular finished product. Now FP, new product has been generated. This FP want to export the goods. Now in the given case, what is the time period within which they should export? The law of the land here says that, my dear friends, export obligation on X Limited, because these goods are under the actual user condition. These goods are imported is actual user condition. Actual user condition meaning what? What the goods you imported, that goods should be used in the production process of manufacturing of finished goods, and ensure that you have established make in India concept. Within which period should manufacture the imported goods and export? There is a time period we have. Within a period of 90 days from the date of the clearances of the imported goods, and there won't be no extension of this time period. That means from the date of importation, manufacture the finished goods, and the manufactured finished goods should be exported. Should be exported. Manufactured finished goods should be exported. Within 90 days. Within 90 days from the date of import of the goods cleared for home consumption, you manufacture the finished goods, and within 90 days from the date of clearing from the home consumption, you export the goods. Export within 90 days from the date of clearing from the customs for home consumption. Within 90 days should be export. While exporting, ensure that there must be value addition. There must be value addition. What is the value addition here? You imported CF value how much? 100 lakhs. Sir, 100 lakhs you imported, but used only A product, B product, D product. Have you used product C? Product C not used in the manufacturing manufacture of finished goods. But product C, what I imported, exporting as such along with my finished product, which is not possible to further manufacture. For example, product C is nothing but, while manufacturing a bike, kick rod is product C. If I use for manufacture, the kick rod become a bumper rod, no use. Therefore, what I imported and exporting as such along with my finished product, in that case, is permissible under the actual user condition? Yes, permissible, provided such value of goods should not exceed 10% of the CAF value of import. What is my CAF value of import? 100 lakhs. 10% of the CAF value of import, how much? 10 lakhs. Up to 10 lakhs worth of the raw material what you imported can be used as such for manufacturing of finished goods and attach and export. Not required to manufacture it. What you imported and export as such. But the value of that particular import, exporting as such along the finished goods should not exceed 10% of the CF value of the imported goods. Meaning thereby, finished product plus product C, finished product plus product C, together exporting. Then product C, CF value how much? 2 lakhs upon 100 lakhs, 2%. That is well within 10% of CIF value. Because here the value of the CF value is how much? Here the exporting the goods as such 2 lakh, but allowed how much? 10 lakhs. How you got 10 lakhs? On 100 lakhs total value of import 10%. Up to 10 lakhs allowed to export as such, but I'm exporting only 2 lakhs, which is well within the permissible limit of 10 lakhs. So allowed to export. Then I can fulfill the actual user condition, yes, because the goods are imported under the advance authorization has a charge. Actual user condition, the imported goods should not be sold domestic tariff area. Then it's a default of export obligation. You liable to pay import duty. Sir, suppose any one of the part of the product leftover, sir, in the factory, can I sell that? You cannot sell as such. You have to manufacture and sell the leftover product only after redeeming of export obligation. What is the time period to redeem the export obligation? 90 days from the date of clearance the goods from the customs for home consumption. Within 90 days from the date of clearance of the goods, of imported goods, to manufacture and export. No extension time period here. No extension. Should be 10 days only time period. Only when you import the goods within 12 months, not possible from the date of authorization. Further revaluation will be possible for 12 months only once to import the goods from the date of authorization without payment of import duty under actual user condition. The imported goods should be manufactured and export. Any leftover goods in the factory can be sold after manufacturing it after completion of export obligation, and the leftover goods should manufacture and sell in India. If imported goods exporting back along with the finished goods permissible, not exceeding 10% of the CIF value of import. In the case of product C, here what I imported as it is attached with the finished product and exporting. If you export like this, X Limited can be considered as redemption of export obligation, provided this export FOB value should be with a value addition of minimum 15%. Minimum 15%. Meaning thereby my export should be FOB value, minimum FOB value. I'm talking about minimum FOB value should be on account of export 115 lakh. What I imported 100 lakhs of CIF value. Valuation 15% thereon, namely 15 lakhs. So the export FOB value should be minimum 115 lakhs and above. If the value of FOB value of export of these goods is less than 115 lakhs, hey Mr. Importer, you defaulted the export obligation. You are liable to pay duty, interest, penalties on these imported goods because you not fulfill the conditions. This is what in general the modus operandi with regard to advance authorization. Got the clarity, my dear friends? It's a simplified way of approach. Here, one step ahead. Sir, can I import the goods being a holder of advance authorization? Those goods which is reserved for STE, state trading enterprises. No, you can't import. Goods are reserved to that particular the state trading enterprises. You are not allowed to import under this advance authorization. I want to still import the same goods, sir. Pay import the goods. Under the advance authorization, without payment of import duty, you are not allowed to import those goods which is reserved for reserved to state trading enterprises. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Is the way in which you can proceed to understand the subject of advance authorization. Further, there is a possibility that if the X Limited having for the past 2 years export performance, for the past 2 years export performance if he has, then he is entitled for advance authorization on annual basis. Every time of going import, getting permission from the DGFT for the want of advance authorization is tedious job. He is a regular exporter. Previous 2 years exporting. In that case, in the current year, he can ask for advance authorization on annual basis. Annual advance authorization. What do you mean this? How we should understand this? Referring here the concept of annual advance authorization. Annual advance authorization on annual basis allowed. How it is allowed and all I will explain to you. First condition, the X Limited being an exporter should be in the export category for the past 2 years. It is there, sir. In the current year, he can ask for the advance authorization on annual basis. How much means? Look here. The value here is rupees 1 crore or 300% of FOB value plus FOB value of export, FOB value of export plus deemed export. Among these two, whichever is higher, that much of amount, you can ask for the advance authorization for the throughout the year, throughout the financial year, throughout the licensing year. Licensing year nothing but commencing from 1st of April, ends on 31st of March. So, assume a scenario, this particular value is, let us say, 50 lakh, 50 lakh, 50 lakhs, 300% of 50 lakhs. 300% 50 lakhs, how much comes in? 1 crore 50 lakhs. That means 150 lakhs. 150 lakhs or 1 crore. Namely, 1 crore or 1.5 crore. Whichever higher. Which is higher? 1.5 crore. Therefore, advance authorization annual basis is permissible to them is rupees 1.5 crore is the amount. Up to that amount of duty not required to pay on account of import under the advance authorization throughout the financial year. Throughout the financial year. Sir, on account of import, there is BCD, there is IGST, there is another type of duties like GST compensation cess, or there may be potato duty, safeguard duty, countervailing duty on the subsidies articles, or there may be anti-dumping duty, sir. This advance authorization can be utilized for all type of duties, thereby not to pay duty. Yes, the law of the land here says that You are not required to pay duty on import. It may be basic custom duty, it may be additional custom duty in the name of IGST, or it may be protective duty, safeguard duty, countervailing duty on the subsidy articles, or it may be anti-dumping duty. All these duties are not required to pay if you are a holder of advance authorization. Advance authorization can be used for payment of all these duties, thereby physically not required to pay any duty on account of import if you are a holder of advance authorization. On annual basis also you can get, provided you should be in the export business for the past 2 years, manufacture and export. Therefore, in the current you are entitled for the annual advance authorization, which is equal to 300% of the FOB value of the previous exports plus deemed exports previous year. Exports, deemed exports on which 300% or 1 crore, whichever is higher. In the given example, issued example, we got 1.5 crores is the highest value. That is the annual advance authorization. Up to that 1.5 crores of the amount of the duty not required to pay on account of import of your goods in the entire financial year. Got the clarity, my dear friends? As simple as this, advance authorization. Now I am going to bring to your notice here for your kind consideration. As you are aware of that, no, this point, this is nothing but what? Highest amount. Therefore, highest amount 1.5 crore. This is not visible on the screen. Therefore, I brought to this down. 1 crore, 100 lakhs or 150 lakhs, 100 lakhs or 150 lakhs, whichever is higher. Annual advance authorization. Got the clarity? That's it. Further presenting with regard to duty free import authorization, which is also one of the incentive under the duty exemption schemes. Now I'm going to present it.